Hello, beautiful Pisces. Thank you so much for coming back, and this is your second reading of the day. We're looking at the World card. So beautiful, so wonderful. The World is a card of completion, reaching the ending of something and feeling that accomplishment, that celebration of doing a good job. We're all really shooting for this, aren't we, Pisces? This is the end goal. This is where we want to be. And sometimes it consumes us so much that we forget that it's also so important to have enthusiasm and love of the journey, of the actual way to get there. And that's what we looked at this morning. If you want to see that reading, it was phenomenal, because the Sun card came out twice, and it also came out with the Mystical Shaman. The Mystical Shaman is, it's the symbol of a myth maker and storyteller who is neither made nor defined by the story. He's an observer, he evolves through it, he perceives all aspects of it. And it's that true magic. And we had the card of magic yesterday, so we know that this is what they're talking about. The magic is in the living, Pisces. It's not in the goals that we set. It's not even in the dreams that we suddenly think of. It's in the excitement, the joy, and the creation of all those things. And the more we put ourselves in the passionate path of life with joy, optimism, anticipation, all the great feelings that come with, that's what propels and helps us forward. I remember they're bringing up to me, I planned our first trip on the east coast of the U.S. years and years ago for me and my family. Now, I planned it all ahead of time, and that was great. But I planned so many stops along the way, little rest stops here with little monuments here and a little bit of history there. And this 2 weeks of vacation, of us driving through the U.S., became such a beautiful, wonderful experience that it felt like we had been gone for a month. There was just enough of everything that driving from one spot to the next and stopping to one spot in between, everything felt great. We weren't going from, I'm driving from here to there and nothing in between. So that it's so long, and by the time you get there, you're so tired. There were little bits and pieces all along the way that made it fun and interesting. And that was a great teacher to make me realize that even though maybe I would go to Memphis and see where Elvis lived, that if I stopped at a little place here and there and everywhere, and stopped at some hot springs here, and did that there, that I didn't have to drive 12 hours and then get there tired. I could do a whole bunch of different things. There's so much to pick from while you're journeying towards somewhere else. You don't need to cut yourself off from joy and happiness as you're making your way to something. Okay, so I'm just saying that. And plus now you know I made a trip to the U.S. Where did we go? The first leg was to Virginia Beach. I think then Savannah. I think we stopped in... Oh, there's a bunch of little towns in between, and I can't remember now, but then New Orleans, After that, somewhere in Texas. We were just going everywhere. And we had a blast. Alright, Pisces. So we're going to look at the world here. Remember, completion's important, but it isn't everything. And that's what we're looking at here. The fact that it's not everything. I'm taking from the Enchanted Map Oracle. These decks are all available with affiliate links that I have on a website. Into the Unknown. It's one of my favorite. I love this card, especially the 7. Okay. The 7 of Pentacles, I feel it comes in as well here, because when you're assessing stuff, there's a lot of unknowns in the 7 of Pentacles. You're going, does it work or doesn't it work? Is this good or bad? How does this work in the scheme of things, right? And you're always checking these things out. So you are practically doing a lot of unknown things. You're taking a chance, right? But Into the Unknown also brings in that, well, it doesn't need to be scary. You don't need to rush to the finish line. Into the Unknown can be fun. Okay? Life is an adventure. And new opportunities arise. And sometimes some of those opportunities you don't know how to deal with. But you have to trust in the new phase. The new path that you're going on is going to reveal wonders, miracles, as you step into it, right? It doesn't have to be all about fear and what am I going to do if something goes wrong. It can be, this is exciting, this is new. I want to be optimistic, like the sun this morning, right? And imagine that you're a pathfinder, but a path maker. Not just a pathfinder, you're a path maker. And trust in yourself that you can keep yourself safe, okay? All you need to do is really stay aware and optimistic as you discover new and marvelous, wonderful things and valuable treasures. That's it. That's all you have to do, Pisces. Okay? So this is the block that you have to unblock. It's not about just the end goal. It's about the adventure. It's about the traveling to where you're going. Okay? If you're going to make a macrame plant hanger, it's about getting the right color, rope to do it with, getting the hooks, figuring out the pattern, being excited about that, practicing some few notches until you get the right tension so that you can make your masterpiece and do it all happily, enjoying the journey. Okay? Okay, so this deck I like, but it likes to throw out all the cards at once. I feel like it's a puppy of decks. I know it's going to sound weird, but this is what I get. Oh, and now it's throwing me one card, the moon. Okay, so, alright, yeah, clear up. We have the moon. Oh, there we go. The 7 of Pentacles, of course. It would have been, you know, if not, it had not come, since I was talking about it. The Magician and the 2 of Wands. So let's take a look at this. What is this saying? Yeah. The moon is always a card of 2 different meanings. One, it's that, I always think of it as 2 different meanings. The moon has its light, it shines a light, and it illuminates, right? Wrong. Some people say the moon has no light, it's reflecting the sun. So it's a card of 2 different views. It's a card of illusion for some people. Don't get caught up in the illusion. For me, is the glass half full or is it half empty? I'm always bringing that up because that's what it feels like. It feels that right now you're living in the illusion that the only way that you can value or enjoy or have fun is to get to the end goal. is to stare at something and make sure that nothing goes wrong. But you're staring at what possibly could go wrong instead of staring at what is going right. The abundance. Look at the abundant crop he has here. Okay? That's the magic of it. Contemplating the world, contemplating what you can do with it. Come on, my puppy. This deck is so happy. The Four of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Alright, let's see here. The Three of Wands. Okay, I'm going to keep these and we're going to do them after. Alright, Pisces. The Four of Cups. Yeah. Sometimes we get so stuck in the planning of things that we don't make up our mind. And I feel that that's the illusion. The illusion is that we think everything's got to be perfect, or we have to ensure there'll be a guaranteed win for us to move forward. We snuff out that Ace of Wands. And right now that cloud almost looks like it's going to put it out. It almost looks like that puff of smoke. If you have a wood stove, you know that sometimes your fire gets snuffed out by smoke if you don't give it enough air. So I feel that's what's happening. You're not giving it enough momentum, not enough air. You've looked at it and you've looked at the lack so much that you made the lack the important part rather than the growth. Then the magic went away. So what do? You go, you launch, you take off, you take your things and go. You contemplate and then you put it into motion. You launch it, you take that vision and make it happen. You take those first optimistic, happy, joyful, enthusiastic steps towards your goal. Okay? This is how you reconnect to that beautiful energy of the Queen of Cups. You reconnect yourself to your goals, to your spirit, to your energy, to your joy. And then you have forward momentum. And you start trusting yourself again. You start trusting the intuition that came in. You become receptive, introspective. You start listening to yourself. You start listening to your surroundings. You start receiving things that help you move forward instead of keep you in fear. That was way too many. All right, one more. You can do it. This deck, okay. One more time, Pisces, one more time. Let's give it a shuffle. I'll back it up here. This is another late night one for me, Pisces. Oh, this deck is like going... It shuffled all kinds of weird. All right, one more. Oh, there we go. There we go. And the Hierophant comes out. When the teacher becomes the student, when all the things that you've learned, you learned how to change. That's so easy, right? You stop getting stuck in the old, and you start realizing that the new will help you. The Hierophant is a card of guidance. He is a teacher, usually grounded and in a belief system with a lot of knowledge. But this teacher, this person of excellent experience, probably such as you have been, very experienced in your own life, Pisces. This person has to become flexible in learning as well. The really fun part about living this life is that the more you learn, the more experience you have. How can I put this? The more wisdom you accumulate, the more you learn that you don't know anything at all. I think that's the wisest thing. Says the more I know, the more I realize I know nothing. And I believe that's like the flexibility of always being able to get more knowledge and more wisdom as you go. My grandmother used to tell me, the day you stop learning is the day you are no longer living. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So please, Pisces, put your heart in gear, put your butt in gear too, and put it in a very positive gear. Okay? You can do this. No doubt about it. You can go from contemplating to launching to receiving, and then putting everything that you've learned into practice and learning even more. Okay? You can make this card a positive card if you flip it like we did this morning with the perspective, the hangman. You flip it around, you get a new way of thinking about it. You can also flip the moon card and turn it from the illusion to what is real for you. So it gets you to stop going from stagnation to reconnection and to really embracing and not snuffing out or stuffing in a drawer the beautiful, passionate idea and inspired beginning that you've been planning or working on and thinking about. Go into the unknown. Let the sun hit you. And believe that your journey is magical. And you will get to that state of completion, of accomplishment. In fact, you may feel it from the very day you launch. You may already feel here before you ever get there. And isn't that fantastic? If you could manage that little trick. All right, my beautiful Pisces, I'm going to let you go for now. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I thank you for all you do. I have a lot of stuff in the description box. I have my favorite lists that I talk about. I haven't talked about it in a while. Maybe I'll start bringing them back in next week. And, I feel so much love for you, as always. Take good care of yourselves. Eat right. Sleep well. Meditate. Breathe deeply. And smile. Somebody cares. Take care. Bye for now.